As you just heard, race is at the forefront of this case, and the racial makeup of the jury is generating a lot of conversation. So I'm going to bring in attorney Neama Rahmani. Thank you so much for joining us. So let's talk about that. The jury nearly all white with just one black juror. So how big of a role do you expect that to play in this case?
It's going to play a huge role in this case. This is a case about three men who hunted and gunned down an unarmed black man. So the fact that we only have one black juror, one person of color on this panel is very disappointing. And you can compare and contrast that to the George Floyd trial that was half the composition was people of color. So very disappointing, and it's something that's probably going to be a big benefit for the defense and really bad for the prosecution here.
And you know, this is something that we knew would be difficult, to find an impartial jury. We knew that it was going to take a while. A couple weeks have gone by since that jury selection started. But what was interesting to me in this situation, the judge said the defense appeared to be discriminatory when selecting jurors. So, you know, I think in my mind, just not necessarily being in the interwoven parts of this case is, okay, so doesn't that mean we start from square one? What options did he have in letting this case continue?
So under the seminal United States Supreme Court case of Batson, once a party is able to argue that the strikes of jurors are racially motivated, the burden shifts to the other side to articulate a race-neutral reason for the strike. So that's what the prosecution did here. They were clearly able to establish that the defense struck almost all of the black jurors from the panel, 11 out of the 12. Now, this is the part where I disagree with the judge. The judge agreed with the defense that they were able to articulate those race-neutral reasons. But the reasons the defense said was that these jurors supported Black Lives Matter and they were concerned about systemic racism in our criminal justice system. In my opinion, that is not a sufficient reason to strike a juror of color. But the judge agreed with the defense here, which is very disappointing.
And Neama, if you can, I mean, what are some examples maybe of, you know, things that they may have said to the judge for them to, you know, come to this still one black juror?
You know, so some of the things that the jurors who were struck, those 11, said that they supported the Black Lives Matter movement, that they were concerned that, you know, law enforcement treat people of color differently, that in our criminal justice system, sometimes black folks don't get a fair shake. I mean, these reasons apparently to the judge were race neutral. And again, that's where the criticism lies. A lot of attorneys, a lot of judges around the country don't think that those were race neutral reasons.
All right, Neama Rahmani, thank you so much for your time. And for continuing coverage, you can watch the trial on our sister network, Court TV.